We are live.
Yeah, it's living like bye now. Oh, I sure am.
All right. Welcome.
There's something wrong with it. It just says waiting. It's not very easy.
Oh, we don't want that.
Are you sharing?
He did not do that.
I'm live, so
Says live. What if we close and we close
figure out how to do that. All right. Hi. Welcome to our first meeting of the semester. It's not the welcome meeting. This is a great room because it's not hot. You were here last week. You know what I mean. Thank you. Appreciate it. So this meeting will be live streamed. So if you want to look at it later on YouTube, it's there. But with that in mind, the mics in these rooms are very receptive, so it will catch any side conversations. So just be aware of that. It will mess the audio up. Cool. Please sign in. If you weren't here last week, this is how we check attendance. If you're interested in running for any sort of executive positions, you have to be at X amount of meetings. So that just proves that you're here. Okay. If you have not seen this has all of our things on it: our YouTube, our Discord, our Instagram, our website. If you're not in our Discord, join our Discord. Is anybody in here not verified on the Discord? Don't know if they're verified on Discord. Cool. So if you're not verified or don't know, just come up after the meeting's over. We'll be outside. We'll get you verified and all set up so you're ready to go. Awesome. Anybody else? Last call. See one person.
I mean, I'm also new, so I'm obviously not verified to the Discord either.
All right, cool. We'll get you set up. We'll get anybody set up afterwards.
Diego's also
Great. We'll get everybody set up afterwards.
good.
So some announcements that we got. So CTFs, which we're going to talk about today. We have two going on or going to be happening. The first is NCL fall competition. We have 18 spots paid for already. So these cost $35 for registration. We're going to be picking people who sign up for that. If you don't, you can still play as a member of our team, but you just will have to pay for it. Another one we're doing is NCAA Codebreaker. This one is ran by the NSA. It's free. It is scored at the university level, so it's pretty cool. We're historically fairly good at that, but last year we were in the 30th and not top 10. Lab is tomorrow at 6. So if you're new here, we have a lab. We do lab things, networking, and all that fun stuff. It's tomorrow at 6 p.m. in Manti 516. That information is in the Discord as well. So feel free to check that out. Next week's we have the resume review meeting. So if you want your resume in, we will review it. We'll talk about things people look for, what to do, what not to do. Usually pretty helpful, especially for people who have not done any sort of internships before. And then the 18th and 19th are technical career fairs. So if you're interested in co-oping in the summer or fall, go to this career fair. You can sign up via handshake, and there's a bunch of companies from Cincinnati that are there, and they have various jobs opportunities available for you. Yes.
I've gotten some handshake messages from recruiters, and some of them are hiring for cybersecurity and network engineering and all that good stuff. But they're only going to be there on Tuesday. Like one of them's DHL, and there's a few other of them.
Yeah.
But they're only going to be there Tuesday.
Okay.
So if you're looking, make sure you see which days they're going to be there, because they might not be there every day.
That's true. We have 2 days, but because we have 2 days, we have different companies each day. So thank you for pointing that out.
I think that's also the business day that they said, the 17th.
Yeah,
It's
which
like
is
the professional day.
yeah.
And there's some companies there that reach out like, hey, we want IT people. I'm like, and then you pick them all day.
Yeah. So I guess 17th too. If you have time, just go in. It's like business. Really, just wear like slacks and like a nice shirt, and you'll be fine. Don't wear shorts or a hoodie. For those who are verified, you should be able to see this channel in Discord. This is a committee selection channel. This will allow you to choose what committees channels you'll see. Those are outlined there. You can join one, you can join none, you can join all three. It's up to you, really. Really just pick and choose what you want to do. And if you need help with this, we'll help you out with that as well. Okay. So if you weren't here last week, it was a welcome meeting. We talked about the club. It was great. Those slides are in the Discord somewhere. So if you want to check those out, you're more welcome to. There's a lot of information about like our committee meeting times and stuff in there. So yeah. All right. So we do this weekly thing called the news. We talk about things that happened in the past week. What happened in the past week was CrowdStrike happened. If you don't know about that, CrowdStrike, which is a very, very popular, very prevalent cybersecurity company, they pushed a bad update to Windows essentially and bricked them, and it set the
stage development. They were doing no testing.
Yeah.
Any testing that was done in fraud.
Yeah, it was not good. It essentially set the world on fire. That was airline problems caused it. It was wild time.
I gotta lay off work.
Yeah. Some things in the past week. There's this malware called Voldemort that is using Google Sheets as a command and control with phishing campaigns. So basically, if you're familiar with command and control software, Cobalt Strike and I can't remember if it's Silver or Sliver. Very popular for red teaming and actual threat actors to use. There's this malware out there right now that's using Google Sheets. So that's pretty cool. I did a presentation on using Google Calendar as a C2. I'm assuming it's very similar to that, just Google Sheets. Dick's Sporting Goods suffered a data breach. It just happened. It's weird. I don't know what they got. I don't think it was anything too crazy. There's this new Windows tool that was released from Black Hat. It is called Windows Downdate, and it will automatically take over Windows updates and craft custom downgrades to expose past vulnerabilities. Right. So if Microsoft issued a patch and you want to exploit that specific patch, you can use this tool to do that, and it's pretty cool. There was a talk on Black Hat this past summer on that. There's a massive QR code phishing campaign using Sway. So if you get any weird Sway things, that's that. Don't do anything with that. There's some researchers found that you could use SQL injection, and I mean like the basic SQL injection, 1 = 1, to bypass airport TSA security checks and access airline cockpits.
Oh my God.
This was through some website, third-party website that airline crew would use for various things. It wasn't technically TSA or government side, it was a third party. Apparently, TSA was not as cooperative as they should have been for this type of thing. And it was actually found that the vendor of the site had a ransomware attack like 2 months before this discovery happened. So interesting things there. Also, the Transport for London had a security breach, so rip the red buses. Yeah. Did anybody have any news from this week that I didn't talk about? Yes.
There's also the Chase glitch, where people were putting in. People were literally committing check fraud.
Really?
Yes, and let me tell you, as someone who worked for JP Morgan Chase, I will tell you this right now: they do not fuck around with that kind of stuff.
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, it's like they're like people like lining up at Chase ATMs and Chase banks trying to do the glitch.
Huh.
And afterwards, everyone's shocked when they're like $30,000 in debt.
Hey man, it happens. Yes.
I don't know much about this, but what was that thing about that data breach of Social Security numbers?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
It was $3 billion initially, but it's actually like $300 million because a lot of the I saw, the YouTube Prevents Lava, he did a test of it, and I saw a lot of it was just repeats of the same exact hashes.
Yeah.
It's like $300 million.
Also, a lot of it was
like $200 million.
Still data.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's repeats of the exact same names, but obviously, if you do a hash, the chances of you getting the same hash are not the same exact.
And it was from something I've watched, it was if you have, it could be one person, they moved 20 times, and then each 20 times is a data point.
Yeah.
So like it pulled from so many people, like it pulled from a lot of people, but like it's like every time they changed their phone number, every time they moved it, kind of does a
Oh, so they have like
Exactly.
multiple
So they-
versions?
Yeah. So they thought it was way bigger than that.
It's not 3 billion.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
It's still pretty large and like significant,
Yeah,
but
So,
like
yeah, no one even thinks
Not
social
300
security. Like social
Also-
security in the United States.
Yeah.
So I heard that a lot of it was like wrong.
probably.
That might have been like the version.
I think it was they were pulling from a bunch of different things, so it was.
Let's go. It was. Go beach farms.
Yeah, yeah, it did.
Oh, no. The way he actually asked me was, there's this site that does web scraping on like different, like, you know, people and stuff, like, this thing stuff does like background checks.
I think that's how it
And their
started.
API got hacked.
The background checks thing was part of it. I do remember that.
I heard about a hack where there is some company they're sending packages through Amazon, and then on the inside it's like it's whatever. It's like a free gift, and then there's paper in there that's like scan this QR code and sign up for like another free gift, and it's like getting all their contact information and all their saved passwords. And all
Wow.
that kind of stuff.
That's a high effort one.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I did not hear about that one. That's cool. Anything else from past week? Before we move on? Cool.
Actually, might have been like last 2 weeks, but Microsoft patched like these stack.
Oh yes, that was a big one. Yeah,
So
I
you have the source code by the way for it? There's nothing exploit DB that can tell you.
that's great. All right.
Well, the only person who I wired that from was Marcus Hutchins, and he didn't post anything about like source code related.
Probably a good thing. All right. That's all we have for the news. So now Hugh, our head of CTF, is going to come do a little quick introduction to some of the stuff that they do over at CTF.
It was muted on my speaker.
All right, go.
Okay. All right. So back to it. So if you may have seen this before. Okay. So this is what we're gonna be going. Great. It's the feed the magical goat problem. It's a reverse engineering problem. Sage loves it. But okay. So I'm gonna like walk you through it, and then if you think you know what the next step is, please shout it out. So once upon a time, there was a little reverse engineer who found a special bell. When the bell was struck, they say a magical billy goat appeared looking for food. Everyone knows billy goats will eat anything, but this was all the little reverse engineer had lying around. Okay, so when you're doing like a reverse engineering or really any problem, you just kind of want to look around, see what they have offered. So you get to see all these random or seemingly random like objects. Like what does a leaf as you mean? So right now, kind of worthless. But if you go to download, you can download the executable. I already have it downloaded. But what you'll get is my bad. Okay. Quit making fun of me, okay? But when you download it, it's just gonna be a zip. You'll just have to unzip it. That's the Billy Goat problem. And then what you'll get is an executable. So if you execute it, let's just see what happens. So just gave us a silly story. You ring the chow bell. Oh no, here comes Billy Goat. Goats have microscopic hooks on their hooves that give them unmatched traction. Actually, no, they don't, but that would be awesome. Billy Goat looks around. Anger fills his eyes. Bah. So
Thank you.
nothing too great to go on. Does anybody have any idea what they would do next to try and figure out what the heck's going on? Any takers? All right. What?
Like, you should like look at the code.
Yeah, look at the code. It's a compiled binary, so you can't like. There's ways to look at the code. Well,
Yeah, but there's like
look at it.
you go online and just like go on a thing and stuff, like make the compilation.
okay, yeah. So, are you referencing Ghidra? Have you-
Yeah, Ghidra.
Ghidra. Okay, yeah, awesome. That is what I would use as well.
What is Ghidra?
So Ghidra, for people who don't know, is a like reverse engineering tool. So it can decompile binaries and give you basically what the code they would have. Not exactly. It's kind of, there's some differences, but it gives you yeah, it gives you pseudocode, so you're able to see what it is. But you'd create a project. I've already created a project, so I will hop into it. Huh? Oh, no, I don't actually. I don't. Hold on 1 second. So if you didn't realize, Billy Goat really likes to delete the file. Every time you run Billy Goat, it's going to delete the file. So get used to running unzip. Or you can make a copy of it. So if we open Ghidra, I'm just going to restart it because I messed it up.
What are you using?
The command line. Oh, okay. So for any new people to CTF or anything, we use Kali. It comes preloaded with all the security tools, so you don't have to go through and install each one. It's really nice to have. It's just got everything preloaded. But yeah, that's what I'm using currently to launch it. I don't know why this is tripping out. It was working for me last time. But I'll just do a new project since it's not working. But that's how you launch it. Sorry if anybody's got any questions of what I'm doing, please ask me. I am terrible at like picking up what I should be explaining. So if I jump over anything that you do not know what I'm doing, please ask. But so I open Ghidra and then I'm just gonna open the file. So when I open it, it's just gonna decompile. It'll ask for settings and such, but I'm just gonna do all defaults. Oh, sorry if I'm jumping through it. It just asked if I wanted to analyze it. I hit yes, and then I'm just gonna do all the defaults.
On that first menu, what were some of those options that you had just kind of like skipped through?
Options.
Yeah, like the x86.
Yeah, so I mean, I've never really played around with them. I've always used defaults. They've always worked for me. Do you want to explain some of the defaults since you seem to know what they are?
I don't know. That's what I was asking.
Usually you'll be okay with x86, but if you're doing something on, if you're decompiling the program that was designed maybe for like an M1 Mac, or it would probably be ARM or like the Raspberry Pi, the ARM.
Yeah.
Normally a lot of
Yeah, Sean.
It'll select the right
So
one.
about the compilers, they will detect the computation automatically, so using the default binary. If you want to change the decompiler, you might want to. If you are taking like a Golang compile binary or a Rust compile binary, you go ahead and change the compiler, but otherwise, it should be in.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sick. So defaults work most of the time. Who knew?
I'll tell you, debugging no binaries in Ghidra is very fun.
Yeah, I've not had the opportunity to do that yet.
You're very lucky.
Yeah, sounds like it. Okay, so when you open it, this is what you're gonna be met by. So to do a quick rundown, this is like straight pseudo C
That's just assembly.
assembly. My bad. I'm getting mixed up. This is the pseudo C. This is just straight assembly. I don't know. This is useless. I never use it. That's why I got that wrong. I never touch it. Maybe at some point when you're getting really technical, Just most of the CTF problems, I've never had to use it. So I'm just going to jump over. But it gives you just a rundown of the code. So if you go through it, if anybody sees anything that they want to go off of. So if you go through it, it's outputting to the command prompt. You ring the chow bell, it sleeps, and then it writes, oh no, here comes Billy Goat. So that's where, if you look at the output, this is where all this is coming from. So if you go back to it.
So, what are all these variable names? Local 34, local 30, local PC, what is all that?
There's something pointers, he's giving challenge.
Yeah, that's just pointers.
Yeah, but we can determine what the meaning is, what you do with them.
Yeah, you can figure out what like functions they're pointing to. Is that what you were thinking, Seth?
You can rename them.
You can rename them. Yeah, you can rename them. If you're trying to like reverse engineer and go through, you're able to find. What are you guys looking at right now?
So with the there's like the flag thing right there.
Uh-huh.
23 or whatever, and it looks like all the flag characters are stored like right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably should go through there and look up what each character is.
Okay. Yeah. So it's outputting the flag. So give it a guess of where it's pulling them from.
I assume there's just like those ints and chars right next to it.
Yeah. So it's so yeah, you figured out it's compiling, so it's pulling from the variables, the characters. So if you go through, so that's at like the end. So if you see, there's a bunch of if statements going down. Yeah, so you got to get all the way down those if statements. So each of these are functions. So if you click on them, you can jump to them.
If you double click, you can jump.
Oh, double click. That's what it is. Okay. So each of those blue was functions. So if you look at that, you can kind of see what they're doing. What are they doing? Okay, so when you jump into it, it's comparing if the parameters. So it's pulling these parameters from somewhere. We don't know where yet, but it's pulling them from somewhere. It's comparing it. So if this parameter is equal to p, where? Yeah. Yeah, param 1. Yeah. Messing me up. So if it pulls it, so it's pulling from param 1. It's checking if it's got p, if it's got this @ symbol, if it's got h, if it's got the underscore, and if it's got not the money sign, but those 4 characters.
What are those brackets, the numbers next to it mean? What does that signify?
These?
Yes. No. Yeah. Param 1, bracket 1, bracket equals.
Oh, those are the indexes.
What does that mean?
So
What does that make you think of?
well, when you do a index, when you do a variable, and I don't know how to explain it, but in a variable, you can put multiple instances of different characters inside a variable. So the index tells you exactly where it's located. Array. I couldn't think of it. It's array. But yeah. But it wouldn't be able to use a string with an index.
Each character in a string is technically an index.
Huh. Okay. Not bad. Learn something. Anyway, what were you trying to say? Oh, dude, go for it.
Okay, wild guess, but like when you're running the program, maybe you pass in like an argument, like when you're like actually executing it,
Mm-hmm.
then you put like these in order, like B at H underscore.
You want to try it? I can try it.
I think so.
Yeah. How do you want to do? Like, if you were to run it.
How do we play it?
Yeah, so you just type it after that.
Yeah, that messed me up. What were you saying? Sorry.
And then you type in the
The characters.
character order. That would be
Yeah. So just like a dash and then type them in.
I thought you could like just
Just type them in. Okay. So if it's
also
that's the wrong. There we go. Okay. So yeah. So you say just pass in.
yeah, like P like it would be one continuous like string like as an argument.
Okay.
When you're running the
Yeah, we can try that.
Do the easiest way to type all of it in.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you split? Oh, that's how you split screen. Okay. We'll just split screen it. Okay. So P at H underscore. Is that kind of what you were thinking?
yeah, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, we should try. I mean, it doesn't hurt to try it and see what happens.
Maybe it's the stuff on the website. Like those random.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at that. Yeah. You're honestly like thinking on the right track.
You're on the right track.
You're getting that's
Yeah, maybe there's some. See, we have to say the pH versus with the P. Wait, it was semi. Wait, this is.
You look at the code here and see if there's ever.
yeah, I got you. Do you want to go back to the main function, or do you want to stay in this function?
Yeah, I got my
Main function. They're solving. I'm just gonna let them run with it. If anybody else has any recommendations, any guesses of what we want to do, please feel free. Yeah, I got you.
A lot of them deal now. They're just like initializing them and they're actually. I don't also hear.
You guys want it in?
The gift. Yeah. Can you put it like the gift off or yours on there?
Yes, let them. They're figuring it out. You guys got any ideas? I know you already know it.
There's some heat. So rub underscore.
Yeah. I'll just
Was that? So.
Can you put words into functions? If you pass it as a like you can, yeah, in a way. There's a way to do it, yeah.
They want to feed the goat lettuce. They want to do that.
How do they want to feed the goat lettuce?
How do we feed the goat lettuce? Lettuce isn't an option.
Yeah, well,
They want to feed them grass.
yeah. What? Keep going.
Yeah, we probably tried this Monday for
Yeah. Any suggestions, Anthony?
Instead of putting those random letters,
Yeah.
give it one of these, like a bottle, like a broom.
Just give it a bottle, like type in bottle in
Yeah,
the.
type of bottle, I don't know. Maybe.
What about their grass? They want to put their grass?
You have to give them something. Yeah, that's what it is.
So you want to give him.
You like a bottle or something.
You want to give him a bottle? So just bottle. Is that what you're thinking?
Maybe, yeah.
No way. Put the word bottle.
Put P in there.
Oh, no.
Put P in. All right, I'll run it again. So yeah, that didn't seem to do anything.
Because the back of the advantage.
You don't know for it.
Possibility. So just type everything at once in that command line. Alright. We'll try what he suggested and just do. Do you want to do P for bottle? You just want to do. All right. So instead of bottle, let's do P. I mean, we've already kind of done it, but so
Give him an option.
yeah. What do we want to hard? Matt, what do we want to aim for time wise? Like 650. 40. Just give it to him. Yeah.
This guy wants to get a grass. I hear it.
Okay. After they get. Oh, okay.
Feed him grass.
Feed him grass.
The people have spoken.
Feed him.
Feed him grass.
Well, what do you want to type it again?
Billy goat, grass.
So just grass.
Whatever it is for the grass. No, the comma.
The comma.
Yeah,
Oh.
the grass and the associated.
Maybe you could try all four letters.
Yeah, that's what we were gonna get to. All right. So, I mean, it said something different, but I don't know if that's doing anything.
No.
Yeah, you put all four words.
What?
Can you go back to the
Shh. What?
you go back to like the first function?
Yeah, I got you. So you want to go into the function again?
Yeah, it was like it was P at.
Yeah. Oh, wrong one. Oh, I think we were in this one. Yeah, we're in this one. Yeah. So Andrew, what are you saying? What are you saying? You. Oh, you're saying something. All right. Anyway, okay. So we'll jump. So check the what? Oh yeah. Yeah. So we've been running Billy Goat a lot. So if we just LS, nothing's happened. But okay. Yeah. Usually just throws garbage. Anyway, sometimes it'll just feed you garbage. Like if you run it, we'll see if it runs it this time. We'll see if it feeds garbage. Because it usually, you'll see, it'll just give you random characters. Huh. Yeah, it's not giving, I don't know why. But sometimes it'll spit out just random gibberish to throw you off. But, so we'll run through, so you guys pointed out something very, helpful. You pointed out there's, 4 functions.
Yeah.
So if you dive through each function, you can see they each have the same format. They all have similar formats. But different characters. So if you going through it, you'll learn that these all have to pass to jump back out and continue the if statement. So
You
it'll.
have to put in every single. So if you go to each character, link it with the word,
Mhm.
and then just put in every single word in the correct order.
Yeah, you have to. If you link the character, yeah. So if you do the character, so so you'll see. So it has to have those 4 characters first to get to this next if statement. If it has and then if it has these characters, it'll jump to the next one.
What do you guys think you are one is?
maybe it was 4 codes, like 4 different dictionaries.
Ooh, I like it. We heard user variable.
Yeah, yeah, that's on the right path. User variable.
What happens when all 4 of them are correct?
It's unsigned variable.
What?
The use unsigned, not using.
Yes.
Oh, unsigned variable?
Yeah, like it doesn't have signed.
Oh, you don't need to know that. That's useless. I'm doing minimal amount of work that you need to know to solve it. So.
Why is it water? Okay, so you go to the first function and the first one. Alright, so then we need to make that.
Yeah. So if you look, so as Seth pointed out, IVAR, if it does not equal 0, then it allows you to jump down into the next one. And then if that one equals not 0, then you can jump into the next one. So if you look in the functions, you see that if it passes all these if statements, it sets it to 1 instead of 0. So if we jump out and we got a little deep, we'll jump back out to the beginning. We'll just try something different. So when you're first looking at it, you can run a couple things. If you run strings on Billy Goat 2, or it'd be Billy Goat, but you can see all the different strings that it has in the program. So if you just look, so flag, so is that our flag? Probably not. You can see a bunch of strings. You can see what he says bath. You can see a hint. So what's it saying? So feed it a single at. What's this do?
But here's the problem, how do we feed it?
Yeah, how are we feeding? Because when we're passing it through, it's not actually, because we've done the app before and it hasn't done anything. So we're not like, we're not being able to pass it in for some reason. So if we look through.
Perhaps in the code there's a function call that might be.
So if we look at this line right here, you can see there's a file that it's calling. Yeah, it calls it. You can see it opens it somewhere. I forget where it opens it. Oh yeah.
You can look into the give offering.
Where's open give offering at?
It's a method.
It's a method call.
It's the method.
Line 27. Line 27.
Right.
27.
Give offering. Oh yeah, no, it's okay. So that's a function. I didn't know he's referencing. My bad. So if you open that, you can see it opens a file. So this is what it's been outputting. You can see that. So if it doesn't do that, so it eats our offering. So if you look around, you'll realize that you need chow.down as a file, and that's how it takes the inputs. So if you dig around, you'll be able to learn that.
So we have to create a file?
Yeah, you have to create a file.
Usually when you see FD, that means file is okay. You have to create a file chow.down.
Yeah. So if you go back out to the terminal and you do, so we created the chow.down file. Go through chow.down. Oh, go faster? Okay. Okay, so we saw in the hints in the strings that you had to put an @ symbol. So let's see what that does. So if you go into chow.down, or actually you could do this. Echo. So my bad. So if you run that, that'll put the @ symbol in chow.down. So in chow.down, we currently just have an @ symbol. So if we run it, we can see what happens. We got more information. So it has multiple stomachs. So if we reference these are named the functions. So we have 4 stomachs and we have 4 functions. So if you go into each one, anybody got any ideas before I continue?
You go back to the original page that has the list. of all
Yeah,
the
I got you. Okay, yeah, you want the function. So first function.
I'm talking about like the actual details that you type in to see what
Like Christophe's website.
Yeah, like
Oh,
website.
okay. My mouse is crazy sensitive. Any ideas? What time is it? Okay. Hacking it? I mean, I'm trying. I don't seem to be succeeding.
I think I have an idea.
Yeah.
I think that these are groups, like this is the inorganic magical objects, organic and sources. And those, one of these answers will go to one of the basic functions. So I don't want to look for
Mm-hmm.
but it looks like this one's U. So if organic is U, so we need to
Okay. Yeah. That honestly, that's exactly it. So for the first function, we can go through and put. What time is it? So if we do cat, we can. Oh, I deleted it. So make sure you save chat.down as a copy because it's going to delete it every single time you run it. Yeah. What?
You do Control R to search your previous like history.
Control R? Whoa, you learn something new every day. I've never used that before.
I thought that was like a
No, I always just do history. Okay, sorry to get off track. We're learning something new. So we learned that if you put the characters in chat.down, that's how you pass all the information to Billy Goat. So if we look, you can see that each function, once you go into it, it just has those 4 characters. Yeah. So if we go to chat.down.
So if you put in comma, semicolon,
Yeah. So if you do comma, semicolon, period, U. Yeah, you can see they go down. Go to the next one. Okay, so if you jump to the next function, you'll be able to see there's more characters. So if we just go down the line and go P at H underscore, and then that's it. So then we go back, and so we're just going down the function. So then if you go to the next function, you do like an or. I don't even know what you call that character. Pipe symbol P N and then W. And then you jump to the final one, and then we just copy that. It looks a little different. So, I jumped the gun. Hold on. I jumped the gun. So, what does this mean? What do we think?
I think it just doesn't know the title. Yeah, I think it's just a mistake.
Yeah.
Right click the 48.
Right click it.
48.
So if we look, Anthony pointed out a critical detail. You can see the char is an H. So then if you just assume that's what it's referencing and you put an H for that. Check the site. Yeah, you can check it as well. And then we go down the line. I'm gonna save this just in case because you never know. And then we try and run Billy Goat. Let's see what happens. Never mind, it deleted it. Hold on. Let's see if we got it. Whoa! So that's kind of a general idea. I know like wasn't the cleanest way to get to it. There's 100 different ways you can just kind of find your way through the problem. But the general concept is you're supposed to look through it. This problem actually came out before Ghidra was released, so it was a little bit harder before you had Ghidra. But with Ghidra, you're able to just kind of go through the code. So you just discover chow.down, and then you use the hint, the at symbol to figure out that there's 4 stomachs, and then you learn that the character there's just checking the character. So you go through it, and then you just put all that together, and then you get your flag.
Wait, how did it come out before?
What?
How would you do it without?
There wasn't there was what was the earlier decompile? GEB? GDB? Yeah.
You would just like step through the executable.
Yeah. So it was a little bit hard. It was still solvable in this kind of way, but
They come out before Ghidra was a thing, or before Ghidra was
before it was accessible to the public. I think Ghidra's been accessible to the was it NSA that released it? Yeah. So yeah, but the NSA would have been able to solve it pretty easily, but not us. But now we got Ghidra, so it's a little bit easier nowadays.
Hey, they finally had the dark mode in Ghidra.
Oh, did they actually?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Where's dark mode, Anthony?
I think you might think about
Okay. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked again. Any questions related to Billy Goat? No? Okay. If you want to go home and just like spin up a Kali machine and then just try and solve it on your own, like kind of step through it, see what I may have missed showing you.
How do you set the Kali machine?
We're not doing that right
Yeah, that's that. If you want to set up a Kali machine, come to the CTF meeting next Monday. We will show you how to set up VMs. Any other questions? Okay.
If you are interested in CTF, check out their meetings. They're pretty cool. This is just the beginning of what CTF is. So
And we won't start off this hard. So if you're newer and
Yeah.
you're like intimidated by Billy Goat, we'll do other problems that are a lot easier than this. So don't freak out about that.
Yeah, Billy Goat's just a really interesting one that kind of makes, depending how you look at it, kind of makes sense eventually, like once you learn all the tools and stuff. So it's always a cool one to show to people. But yeah, we'll have some. Yeah, there's a wide range of stuff, and so at the next CTF meeting, we'll maybe have an OSINT problem as well. So if you're interested in that.
all right, cool. So that's it for the meeting. We unfortunately have a hard cutoff at 7. Again, if you're not verified in the Discord, meet us outside. We'll get you verified. See you guys next